There we go. Yeah, so well, just thanks. Firstly, I'm really excited to be here and be part of this conversation, and to a small, tiny extent, be part of this really good project. So, me, well, I'm lucky enough to be a farmer up here between the mountains and the sea in northwest Wales, and this is us. We're a small 30-hectare permaculture inspired and holistically managed farm, and we're on a mission to prove that you can buy a small farm on a mortgage. We don't have deep pockets, and you can make it pay financially through producing real food, and at the same time, we can build soil and biodiversity, build social capital, and most importantly, that we can enjoy it. And if we can do that, then we kind of feel like we can make the world a slightly better place. And making it better is super important, isn't it? I think one of our biggest problems is that people, even farmers, often think that eating has to be an ecologically negative act. People are always looking to reduce the problems or increase sustainability, but I just don't think that's quite enough. And I think if I ask you how your relationship with your partner is, and you say, "Oh, it's sustainable," well, that's not so good, is it? I want to be able to say that my relationship with my wife gets better every day, and my relationship with my children gets richer every day, and then my farm and my community and my farm's dawn chorus and my bank balance all get healthier all the time. I want to live with nature and live with abundance. And so, knowing what we want, how do we get there without going mad? It'd be super easy, wouldn't it, to take on a small farm, to have big ideas, and just get your knickers in a massive twist. It's quite a challenge. Um, but we've got this thing called holistic decision making, and humans are really poor at complicated systems. We're good at complicated. We can build computers and rockets, but ecology and sociology and economics, we're miles off. And the basic principle of it is that you decide what you really, really want, and then you make decisions to make it more true. And it sounds really guffy, doesn't it? But actually, imagine if just like 10% of the decisions you make made what you want to happen more true. That's super powerful. Um, and so for us on the farm, we want to make true that we have got an abundant, resilient, productive farm that feeds and is part of our community. We want to have healthy, vibrant soil and biodiversity. We want to have sufficient income and resilient finances. We want the farm to help people believe that a more beautiful world is possible and that it's worth working for. And that we have a diversity of visitors to the farm, and that the farm is valued by them in their lives. And so again, this can sound like a load of like lovely old guff, really, but what does it actually look like on the ground? Well, one of our most productive ecosystems on Earth really is that grass-rich, ruminant-rich, tree-rich, soil-producing savanna grassland. And these were built with the help of lots of predators. And we don't have wolves yet in Wales, but what we have done is we've basically used fences for that. And so we've broken the whole farm down into our main pasture, down into 32 day-sized grazing units, and that's all been divided by big tree rows. So those fences are our wolves, and it's this really multifunctional agroforestry that's making it work. So it produces shelter and shade, it's browse for the diets, it offers that really good time-controlled grazing management, and really though, it just changes that pasture, that farm 2D system into this really rich 3D ecosystem. So on our north facing land, we've put in lots of things for browse and more cheaper things. And then on a better, flatter land, we've put in more top fruit and soft fruit and other support species. They're a bit like linear forest gardens. And it adds so much extra. So mainly for us, they're for apple juice, with lots of other support species and lots of other shrubs and other things in there. And then in the savannah, what would follow that? But actually, lots of herds of birds would follow that. And so we've got chickens. So we've got 300 hens that move every other day. I'm a bit too lazy, really, to move them every day along our fruit tree lanes. And this, again, has been incredible for our pasture. And actually, on our hen grazed land, we're starting to get about twice the amount of forage production as we do on those non-chicken and slightly north-facing areas. And then with veg, so I don't know, like cultivation in cereals has always been one of man's most destructive ways of engaging with the earth. But what we've done is we've swapped that out and we've brought in a big no dig market garden. And with that, we're currently producing a 50 share CSA based model. And that's really punctuated by tree rows as well. But it's this customer base. Anyway, it's that customer base of the CSA that holds everything together. So we've got this solid customer base, and to them we're trying to produce the meat, the eggs, the veg, hopefully this year as well, the milk, for at least 50 families, and the meat a little bit more. And that's kind of where we're going. And then humans. I just wanted to say that humans can be a power of good for an ecosystem. We kind of need them really to be able to work with that complexity. So farms always used to be people powered, and one of the best decisions that we've taken really is not to walk this journey alone, is to bring lots of people onto the farm. So we've always had a fun, hardworking team of volunteers, and this year we're running like an internship that's got training, and this year, the first year, with paid staff as well, actually, so I can spend more time talking to people and doing stuff like this. And that is incredibly briefly us at Henbant.